बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन अस्सलामु अलैकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू. A very pleasant morning to one and all present here. I, Mrs. Shagufta Inamdar, Headmistress of Radiant English High School, extend a warm welcome to all of you at this grand inauguration gathering of Radiant English High School. It is our culture to remember the Almighty before everything we do or start. To give this program a spiritual start, let us begin this gathering seeking the blessing of Almighty Allah. I would request Maulana Afzal Qasimi, Diniyat teacher of MESCO Crescent High School for Kirat.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أفمن يعلم أنما أنزل إليك من ربك الحق كمن هو أعمى إنما يتذكر أولو الألباب الذين يوفون بعهد الله ولا ينقضون الميثاق والذين يصلون ما أمر الله به أن يوصل ويخشون ربهم ويخافون سوء الحساب والذين صبروا ابتغاء وجه ربهم وأقاموا الصلاة وأنفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية ويدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة أولئك لهم عقبى الدار جنات عدن يدخلونها ومن صلح من آبائهم وأزواجهم وذرياتهم والملائكة يدخلون عليهم من كل باب سلام عليكم بما صبرتم فنعم عقبى الدار صدق الله العظيم. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Then is he who knows that which has been revealed to you from your Lord is the truth, like one who is blind? Only men of understanding pay heed. Those who fulfill the covenant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and do not break the contract, and those who joined that which has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded to be joined and fear their Lord and are afraid of the evil of the account, and those who are patient, seeking the face, the pleasure of their Lord, and establish the prayer and spend from what we have provided them secretly and publicly, and repel the evil with good. For them is the final attainment of the eternal home, gardens of Eden. They will enter them with whoever were righteous among their fathers, their spouses, and their offsprings, and the angels will enter upon them from every gate, saying, Peace be upon you for what you have patiently endured, and excellent is the final attainment of the eternal home. Allah the Great said the truth. ये सूरतुर राद की 6 आयतें हैं जो अभी मैंने आपके सामने तिलावत की. आयत नंबर 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 एंड 24. इसकी जो पहली आयत है आयत नंबर 19, इसमें अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला जानने वाले जो इल्म रखते हैं अल्लाह की नाजिल करदा चीज़ों का, उनका कंपैरिजन कर रहे हैं जो नहीं जानते हैं. ये कंपैरिजन एक सूरह ज़ुमर में भी आ चुका है आयत नंबर 9 में, इसी तरीके से इल्म वाले की फजीलत सूरह मुजादिला में भी आई है 11 नंबर की आयत में। लेकिन यहाँ पर कंपैरिजन एक अलग अंदाज का है। अल्लाह सुब्हानहू ताला आमतौर पे जानने वालों का कंपैरिजन हम करते हैं ना जानने वालों से, लेकिन अल्लाह सुब्हानहू ताला कह रहे हैं कि भला बताइए वो शख्स जो अल्लाह की नाजिल करदा चीज़ों का इल्म रखता है वो उन जैसा हो सकता है जो अंधा है। यानी कि जानने वाले का कंपैरिजन अंधे से करें, आमतौर पे अंधे का कंपैरिजन बीना का कंपैरिजन ना बीना से करते हैं। तो कह रहे हैं क्या जानने वाले, यानी इससे ही पता चला कि जो अल्लाह की नाजिल करदा चीज़ों का इल्म रखते हैं हकीकत में वही बीना लोग हैं, वही देखने वाले हैं, और उसके अलावा जो इल्म नहीं रखते हैं वो नाबीना है, अंधे हैं। अल्लाह कह रहे हैं आगे आयत के अगले टुकड़े में कि ये ऐसी बात है जो अक्लमंद ही समझ सकते हैं, यानी ये बात उन्हीं लोग को समझ में आएगी जो अक्ल रखते हैं। अच्छा, उसके बाद अल्लाह सुब्हानहू ताला बता रहे हैं आगे की 3 आयतों में, आयत नंबर 20, 21, 22, 23 में, कि जो जानने वाले हैं असल उनकी सिफ़ात क्या है, जो अल्लाह की नाजिल करदा चीज़ों का इल्म रखते हैं उनके अंदर ये क्वालिटीज़ होती है, ये सिफ़ात होती है, वो बयान कर रहे हैं तरतीब बार। पहली के यूफ़ून बिअहदिल्लाह, यानी वो अल्लाह से किए हुए वादों को पूरा करते हैं। अल्लाह से वादा इनके हम सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ अल्लाह की इबादत करेंगे, अल्लाह के सिवा की इबादत में किसी को शरीक नहीं ठहराएंगे, और जो कुछ भी अल्लाह सुब्हानहू ताला ने हमको अवामिर का हुक्म दिया है करने का उसको हम करेंगे, और जो कुछ नवाही से बचने को कहा गया उससे हम बचेंगे। अल्लाह से किए हुए वादे को पूरा करते हैं। वला यनक़ुदूनल मीसाक़, और वो लोग जो हैं कि वादा खिलाफ़ी नहीं करते, अहद व पैमा को ब्रेक नहीं करते, जो वादा करते हैं कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करते हैं उसको तोड़ते नहीं हैं, चाहे वो अल्लाह से किया हुआ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट हो, चाहे लोगों के दरमियान में आपस में किया हुआ, किसी को लोग ब्रेक नहीं करते हैं, उसकी पासदारी करते हैं, उसका लिहाज करते हैं। ये इल्म वालों की सिफ़ात बयान की जा रही है। दूसरा, वल्लदीन यसिलून मा अमरल्लाहु बिही अन यूसल, और वो लोग उन रिश्तेदारियों को कायम रखते हैं जिन रिश्तेदारियों को कायम रखने के लिए अल्लाह सुब्हानहू ताला ने उनको कहा है, यानी कि सिला रहमी करते हैं, आपस में अच्छे ताल्लुकात रखते हैं। और वयख्शौन रब्बहुम, और अपने रब से यानी अच्छे अच्छे काम करने के बावजूद भी अपने रब से हमेशा डरते रहते हैं। और ये डरना ऐसा है कि कहीं ऐसा मेरे से कोई काम सरजद ना हो जाए, मेरे से ऐसा कोई काम ना हो जाए जिससे अल्लाह सुब्हानहू ताला नाराज़ हो जाए। और वह यख़ाफ़ून सूअल हिसाब, और क़यामत के दिन हिसाब से डरते हैं कि अल्लाह के सामने हम सबको खड़ा होकर के हिसाब देना है, उस दिन से खौफ खाते हैं, डरते हैं। और वल्लज़ीन सबरू, और फिर वो लोग सब्र भी करते हैं। सब्र एक ऐसा जामे लफ्ज़ है, एक बार मैंने कहते 3 चीज़ों का मजमूए का नाम सब्र है। सब्र यानी ताअत, सब्र ताअत का मतलब ये है कि नेक अमल करते रहना, हमारा दिल नहीं भी कर रहा है फिर भी नेक अमल करते रहना। और इसी तरह सब्र अनिल मासियत, गुनाहों से बचते रहना, अपने आप को रोके रखना गुनाहों से। और इसी तरह सब्र अलल मसाइब वल आलाम, की मुसीबतों पर, परेशानियों पर, उस पर सब्र करना और उस पर जमे रहना। इन तीनों चीज़ों के मजमूए का नाम है सब्र। तो ये नेक लोग जो होते हैं, जो अल्लाह का इल्म रखते हैं, नाजिल करदा चीज़ों का इल्म रखते हैं, वो लोग सब्र करते हैं। और सब्र किसी मजबूरी की वजह से नहीं करता, आगे बता रहे इब्तिगा वजह रब्बिहिम, अपने रब की खुशनुदी हासिल करने के लिए वो सब्र करते हैं, किसी मजबूरी की वजह से सब्र नहीं करते। व अक़ामुस्सलाह, और नमाज को उसके तमाम आदाब व फ़राइज़ के साथ, उसूल व ज़वाबित के तहत कायम करते हैं। वो अनफ़क़ू मिम्मा रज़क़नाहुम, और जो कुछ भी रिज़्क़ अल्लाह ने उनको दिया है उसमें से वो खर्च करते हैं। रिज़्क़ का मतलब सिर्फ माल और दौलत नहीं होता, बल्कि इसी तरीके से सलाहियतें भी अल्लाह के रास्ते में लगाना, और इसी तरीके से जो कुछ भी अल्लाह ने उनको दिया है, आइडियाज़ है और अपने इल्म है, सब को भी खर्च करते हैं। और ख़र्च करने का 2 तरीक़ा है, सिर्रन व आलानिया, यानी पोशीदा तौर पर भी खर्च करते हैं और इसी तरीके से आलानिया भी करते हैं, यानी जहाँ पर लोगों को इनकरेज करना मकसूद होता है, लोगों को तरगीब देना मकसूद होता है, वहाँ एलानिया सदका करते हैं और आम तौर पर पोशीदा भी सदका करते हैं। वयदरऊन बिल हसनति सय्यिआ, और बुराई को भलाई के जरिए से दूर करते हैं, यानी किसी ने उनके साथ अगर बुरा सुलूक किया तो उसके बदले में उनके साथ वो अच्छा सुलूक करते हैं। इस तरीके से बुराई को वो भलाई के साथ दूर करते हैं। उलाइका लहुम उक़बद्दार, यही वो लोग हैं जिनका बेहतरीन अंजाम है। ये तमाम सिफात उन लोगों की बयान की गई जो अल्लाह की नाजिल करदा चीज़ों का इल्म रखते हैं, ये जानने वालों के अंदर ये तमाम सिफात होती है। इससे ये पता चला कि 2 बातें इन आयतों में पता चली कि पहली बात तो ये जो जानने वाले हैं हकीकत में वही बीना है, वही देखने वाले हैं, इसके अलावा जो है वो नाबीना है। और लेकिन वो जानने का मतलब ये होता है कि मेरा खाली इल्म ना हो, बल्कि ये तमाम सिफात का मजमुआ जिनके अंदर इल्म होता है उनके अंदर ये तमाम सिफात भी पाई जाती है। और ऐसे लोग का बदला क्या मिलेगा, अल्लाह ताला आगे की लास्ट की 2 आयतों में बता रहे हैं। जन्नत आदनी यदखुलूनहा, उनके लिए ऐसी जन्नत होगी जिसमें वो हमेशा हमेशा रहेंगे, जिसमें वो दाखिल होंगे। और आगे भी आदमी सोचेगा कि भाई मेरी जन्नत ऐसी क्या फ़ायदे की जिसमें मेरे बच्चे ना हों, औलाद ना हो। तो कह रहे हैं आगे वमन सलह मिन आबाइहिम व अज़वाजिहिम व ज़ुर्रिय्यातिहिम, कि अगर उनके बच्चों में से, उनके पेरेंट्स में से, उनकी बीवियों में से अगर बेसिक नेक अमाल किए होंगे जो लोग, अल्लाह कह रहे हैं उनको भी हम इनके साथ आला दर्जे की, इनके एजाज़ व इकराम में आला दर्जे की जन्नत में दाखिल फरमा देंगे। अव्वल मलाइकत यदखुलूना अलैहिम मिन कुल्लि बाब, जन्नत में उनका एजाज़ होगा, इकराम होगा, खूब इज़्ज़त मिलेगी, हर तरीक़े से फ़रिश्ते उनके पास आएंगे और उनको इज़्ज़त से सलाम पेश करेंगे और उनको कहेंगे कि क्या ही बेहतरीन इनाम है तुम्हारा, इस वजह से कि तुमने दुनिया में सब्र करते रहे, फ़निअम उक़बद्दार, याक़ी बहुत ही बेहतरीन अंजाम है। अल्लाह की तमाम बातें बिल्कुल बरहक़ है। अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला हम सबको ऐसा इल्म और ख़ास तौर पे यहाँ के तलबा को ऐसा इल्म अता फ़रमाए जो उनके दिलों को मुनव्वर फ़रमा दे और उनके अंदर इस्तिक़ामत पैदा फ़रमाए और इनके इल्म को पूरे आलम में आम फ़रमाए। यहाँ के असातिज़ा को अल्लाह सुब्हानहू व तआला हिम्मत ताक़त अता फ़रमाए, उनकी ग़ैबी नुसरत और मदद फ़रमाए। आमीन व आख़िरु दअवाना अनिल हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन।
Thank you so much, Afzal sir. Before we proceed further, I would like to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries, esteemed guests, well-wishers, parents and teachers who have graced this occasion with their presence. Your support and encouragement have been instrumental in making this day possible. Thank you so much. Now I would request Dr. Mohammed Abbas Katkate sir, the founder member of MESCO and MESCO Education Society and the president of MESCO Education Society, and Mr. Mohsin Sheikh sir, executive officer of MESCO Education Society, to kindly escort all the guests of honors of today's function to the dais. Now I would invite Dr. Mohammed Abbas Katkate sir to welcome the gathering and brief us about MESCO Education Society's Crescent English High School and Radiant English High School. Over to you, sir.
It's my good fortune that I have to welcome all of you, because I think this Crescent and this Radiant, whatever institutions have been established by MESCO Education Society, it is purely because of the efforts and cooperation of so many people. So it's not just the committee or whatever, but it's basically different people have contributed in different ways, and we are fortunate that we are able to do this job. I think it's very important for me to first acknowledge the contribution of each one of you seated here, because it's only because of you all that this has been possible. A lot of people have contributed in terms of money, many more have contributed in terms of time, and still more who have been there at this site for so many days. I would like to mention Mohsin Sheikh especially, because of whom and his unstinted efforts that this has been realized in good time. I remember Dr. Azhar Ali Qureshi as somebody who led us from the front. He was there all the time. I would also like to record my thanks and gratefulness to all our founding members. Today, 3 of us are there. 4 of them have gone away, and I would like to remember them as well. I think I cannot go on mentioning names because there are so many. If I mention few and then forget the others, it will be injustice. So I will just add one more, and that is my wife. I would like to acknowledge her constant support, which has made this possible. Sorry. Okay. Now, as far as the organization is concerned, as far as MESCO is concerned, it has been a long time. The journey started in 1968, and we have already finished 55 or almost finished 55 years, because we started in September. In those days, the year used to be from Jan to December. So in the first 4 months, what we collected was 481 rupees. And even in 2 decades, by the time 2 decades were over, we had just collected about 12 lakhs and 40,000. So it's a long journey, and over a period of time, more and more people have joined hands, and I'm sure many more will still join hands to do more things. As far as the parent organization is concerned, MESCO is concerned, that was the one that was established in 1968, and MESCO Education Society, which is running institutional activities, it was established in 1977, 9 years later. But until many years later, we were not able to do anything, because when we thought about MESCO Education Society, it was for two reasons. One is that, in MESCO, as you can well imagine, that all of us were coming from very medium people who did not have much income. So we were from middle class families, but then, nobody would recognize us. So we started with a subscription of 1 rupee every month, and then we went on. Somebody suggested collect old newspapers, but that will give you revenue easily, and still you don't have to, worry too much. And in those days, that was one thing that was upfront. Later on, we had other activities like selling ice creams in the Mahim fair, and we sold Eid cards, and then later on we collected khals. So these were the source of income. We had 1 or 2 charity shows. But it's only in several years later that a lot of people who are donating newspapers started and donating for various schemes, and the schemes evolved. Initially we used to give money for different causes, and we had a thing which was known as a floating fund. So from that, any different types of help used to be given out. By the time the second decade got over, we had already started giving school level scholarships, and also scholarships, post SSC scholarship. And then we started, so 2 post SSC scholarship, and then later 1 scholarship for medical studies. And that went on for some time. Over a period of time, again things evolved, and schemes developed. So now we have got very good schemes in place. And as you know, let me say about the parent organization MESCO, that we have got 3 3-pronged activities. One is basically education, where it is scholarship schemes. Different types of scholarship schemes are there, and the scholarships take care of almost about 65% of our total expenditure. So that is the main sort of activity. Then we have got medical assistance, and in medical assistance again, that is the second sort of activity for which we spend the money. And the third one is, of course, giving sewing machines to widows and destitutes, and providing ration to people who are absolutely on the street, so to say. So these are basically activities which MESCO has been conducting. Earlier, MESCO was also conducting the nursery school program, which started in 1973. The first nursery school started in the year 1973, and for a long time it was 1 nursery school. Later on, much later, almost about 20 years back, we decided that this is an institutional activity, and since MESCO Education Society was established to have educational institutions, so we decided that this should be transferred to MESCO Education Society, and that is where all the teachers were transferred to MESCO Education Society. So as far as MESCO is concerned, it has got these 3 areas of work. As far as MESCO Education Society is concerned, nursery school came in the organization much later, though by that time already we had started the Crescent English High School. So in terms of the Crescent English High School also, there was a lot of debate and discussion as to what we should do in terms of educational activity. People suggested that we should have a polytechnic, and we should have maybe a college and things like that. But the consensus was that we should start trying to help students at an age where they are of impressionable age, and we can develop and we can sort of impart in them the value systems. So we thought of school. As you know, in MESCO Education Society for a long time, because we didn't have the funds and we could not initiate having a school, so we did not have any school for a long time. It is only in 1993 that we decided to take 7 shops in this area in Kausa, and we started the school in shops. we had about 21 to 24 students per class, and as it went up, we had to rent out shops in the adjoining building. So finally the school was housed in 3 adjoining buildings in shops. All of them were in shops. And we had, and when we are fully, like till when we had reached that 13, that is a SSC class, that was in 2005-6, where we were housed in 27 rooms, so to say, in 3 adjoining buildings. And the first batch appeared in 2005-6, and fortunately we were able to develop the school gradually. So there was an ethos which came from the existing teachers and the management, and so the new teachers which came in started settling in that manner. And so that was one of the most beneficial aspect of this, because though we were in shops, this culture which was developed because of the remaining people over there. So we have to accept and we have to acknowledge that all our teachers have been very dedicated, and that is what has been the cause of the result that we are seeing today. Because if you see, and one other thing which I always keep saying is that our teachers trusted their children to our school. You'll have a lot of teachers, their children don't go to that school, they go to some other school because they feel that is a better school. So you want the best for your children. And here we have an example where the teachers trusted, and almost everybody is staying in Mumbra, because in those days there were some teachers who were coming from Kurla. But the people who are here, all their children went to our school, and many of them have finished, some of them have done engineering, a lot of them are employed. So you see, this school has developed over time, and we can say that we are providing a holistic education. Forget the academic scores. Academic scores have improved over the years. We have never had a failure in all these 18 years. We have had just about 3 pass classes in all these 18 years. The rest have been mostly first class. Now if I were to tell you that 52% of the students that appear have reached and have scored more than 75% marks, and the children who are less, the remaining children who are only 48%. So that includes the 60 to 75, which is another 40%, and you have very few, just about 8 to 10% which are getting a pass class, a second class. So in terms of holistic development, as far as the academics is concerned, it's good. In terms of the extracurricular and co-curricular activities, also we have tried to provide whatever best we could, and our children have done very well. If you come to the Crescent English High School and you visit the principal's room, you'll see that his room is filled with at least 2 cupboards of so many awards and medals and prizes and trophies. So this is again the extracurricular and the co-curricular. People have excelled. We have got students who have gone up to the national level. There are some students who have gone up to the state level. So it's all very credible, and over a period of time things have improved. And we started the junior college only about 5 years back. This is the 6th year, and we have had equally good results there, though we need to still improve, as we need to improve even our SSC results. But we find that we have had again very good results. We have not had a failure, and we have got always 100% results, whether it's for art, science or commerce. And as far as the results are concerned, I think the maximum children are given opportunities to participate in various extracurricular, co-curricular activities, and that is what builds up their confidence. Now probably when you get one booklet that we have brought out, that will tell you where our students are, because a lot of our children who have cleared their exam. Like initially we did a survey of students who finished from 2006 to 2012 and where they are, and we found that they were all were doing very well. 92% of the boys were employed and 66% of the girls were employed. That was in the first survey 2006 to 12. But now in this book you get an update, and you will see that these children have gone into diverse fields. So we're not claiming that that is because of us, but the foundations were truly set up in the school, and the teachers and the principal and all the people involved have been responsible for that sort of a turnout. So if you look at that booklet which you will get, probably you'll see that you name the company, and most of these IT companies or even other companies, because we have had so many engineering graduates. In fact, I would say that I can't guess because I know more of the first survey, but in the first survey also, where we had 190 children totally, 115 boys and 75 girls, we find that that time there were about 53 students who are engineering, 46 students engineering graduates, and 7 of them who are diploma holders. And in medical field also today, if you see in that booklet, probably you will see that almost 30 or 32 children have done medical studies, and 7 of them have done MBBS. So it's this sort of a conviction, this sort of a dedication, and this sort of a thing to do the best that they can has been inculcated in the school. And I am sure that we need to salute the teachers who have done this wonderful job, because we go out and we are told that, well, you are running a very good school in Kausa, but it's not one individual or one group or just the committee. It's the total team effort that's showing up here. You will find that these children have been contributing back to society, as are our children in MESCO, all those people who have received scholarship. Let me tell you that we have several types of scholarships, but again, the scholarships have helped so many children. Now this year also, last year, we had almost 6,800 applications for the scholarships that every year we handhold the children whom we have given scholarship in 1 year till they finish the graduation. So they keep getting that help, because once it is established that he requires, it's continuous. And this year, last year, when we wanted to give out the forms, there were almost, as I said, so many forms, 6,800 people who had applied, and we had only increased 500 more scholarships that we wanted to give, because whatever money we are getting, it's all allocated. We do a sort of a budgeting exercise right in the beginning of the year, and so the money is spread over so many things. But let me tell you that students who have done, even I don't know whether we may not have had so many copies, but I would like you to see the book that we brought out when we finished 50 years, and it has got a list of almost over 1,000 children who have been helped by MESCO, and today where they are and what position. And these are the children who are contributing back to society, not only in hand-holding other children, but also in terms of their general zakat or donation. And we are getting this from these children, like 75 lakhs every year since the last 1 or 2 years. We have been getting this back to give to other people. So our recovery is almost like 98% of the students who have been given. So far we have disbursed almost 16 crores in this, and we are getting back this much amount every year. We are getting about 85 lakhs currently. So it's been a big achievement, which I feel that it's all due to everybody's efforts, and I hope and pray that this should continue and grow more and more as it has been doing. So we know that Allah is there, and He is the one who is helping us to do this. I am sure that we need to acknowledge that. We cannot say that I am the one who coordinated, I did this and I did that. Well, it's nothing that I should not be there, because it's as long as God is supporting you, you will do it. If He withdraws, then you're nowhere. So we always hope and pray that He supports us and He accepts our little offerings, little time that we can contribute. So as far as this is concerned, now going further, this Radiant School which we are having, see, I think right in the beginning when the school was to be established, we had this debate in MESCO that we should see that the school caters to the poor section of society. And when we started, in the first year when we had the nursery class in 1993, we found that we had a deficit of 1 lakh. And then we thought that we cannot take this further. So let's go and tell the parents that you need to contribute more towards the fees. That time the fee was 75 rupees. And then every year we suggested that we'll increase by 50 rupees. And fortunately they all agreed and they held our hand, and that's how the school moved further. And by the time we are now in this premises or in Crescent where the fee is almost the same, it's like 3,000 rupees, 30,000 rupees a year, which is a huge amount. And if you want to maintain the school, you want to pay the teachers a reasonably good salary. We are nowhere compared to what the government pays. But even if you want to pay reasonable salary, which can let them look after the families, then I think this is little bit that we have been able to do. We would like to do much more for them, but as we go, we have to think about the poor section. And we had committed that 25% of our children will be supported, and we have 25% of our children who are getting 50% concession in fees or 70% concession in fees. And also we provide them installment to pay that. So it's been a long journey. I hope Allah will take care and will support us. As far as going further, as far as Radiant is concerned, we have already recruited our teachers. We are going to start the class by Tuesday, and we are going to go up. Maybe we'll need to look at that, whether we should go the way we went in Crescent, one level at each time, or whether we will need to go up to the 8th standard and then maybe till the 12th. In 3 years we complete the whole thing. We have to debate, we have to think about whether we need to carry on this like this, or whether we want to go from the state board to the CBSE. Because in Crescent we have done an experiment where we started introducing NCERT syllabus at the 1st standard. This was about 8 years back. So these children are now currently in the 8th standard, and we feel that they are they're able to face the state board curriculum pretty well. And especially when they go in for the NEET and the JEE and all that, they require good sound foundation. And so this is another thing that we need to finalize, because for the CBA and the ICSE, you need to have completed 6th standard with the local board, and then you go to opt for one or the other. So this is the thing that is there in front of us. The next thing is, of course, that there is a plot here which is reserved, not here but in the previous school, which is reserved for a primary school, and that is what again they have suggested, that if we would like to put up a primary school there, then that plot will be available. So we've already submitted plans for that. So maybe there's something else that's coming on in the way. We've also been assured of assistance if we go up another 2 floors on the present Crescent school. So these are all unaccomplished things which are there. We are, they're posing at us, and we need to see how and where and when we can do this. But I'm sure with support from so many people in so many ways, and especially all the people in the government circles, our friends here, all of them have supported us in the best possible way, and we have been able to achieve this where we are sitting. It's all because of the efforts of all the people around. So thank you very much. Thanks for all this help. May Allah reward you. Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abbas sir. It is always blessing for us, for the MESCO family, for the new Radiant team. We really are blessed to be part of the MESCO family. Thank you so much, sir. We proceed further. I would now request Professor Farhan Maghba sir, President of MESCO, to take over for introduction and felicitation of the guest of honors.
Assalamu alaikum, and a very good morning to all the members on the dais, off the dais, and in the audience. It's a great honor for us that today we have amongst us our strong supporters who were very instrumental in the bringing up of this institution, that is Radiant. And today we have gathered over here for a very special milestone which is going to be there in the history of not only MESCO, not Maharashtra, but in the world, I would say, because we have a global presence amongst us. To honor our guests, I would like to start with Mr. Ali Qureshi Sahab first. Mr. Ali Qureshi is the president of AFME, that is American Federation of Muslims of Indian origin. Mr. Qureshi, though settled in US, has his roots in India. He hails from Mumbai, where he completed his school and college education. Later, he joined the Indian Air Force, in which he served for a period of 9.5 years for a short service commission. Later, he migrated to the US to join his family members and is now a well settled and successful businessman in New Mexico. Apart from business, Mr. Ali Qureshi is greatly concerned about the upliftment of the underprivileged section of society. He has a strong conviction of promoting education, both religious and conventional, which would eventually lead to the all-round development of our young children and help them become good and successful human beings. Being deeply interested in education, Mr. Qureshi has a long-standing dream to promote and establish a full-fledged educational institute imparting knowledge which would enable our youth to progress in this modern, challenging and competitive world and also lead righteous and proper life. To honor him, I would request our founder member, Dr. Mohammed Abbas Khatkate, President of MESCO Education Society, to kindly do the honors. The next person on the dais whom we have next to Dr. Mohammed Abbas Khatkate is Dr. Jitendra Avhad. He is the member of the Legislative Assembly of Maharashtra, represents the Mumbra Kalwa constituency of Thane city as the Nationalist Congress party leader in the Vidhan Sabha. Dr. Jitendra Avhad served as Minister of Housing and Minority Affairs, Medical Education and Horticulture at the Government of Maharashtra. Dr. Avhad has studied marine engineering followed by a postgraduate degree in the personal management. He earned a doctorate for his thesis on socio-religious movements in Maharashtra from University of Mumbai. I would again request our founder member, Dr. Mohammed Abbas Khatkate, to kindly felicitate and do the honors. Next on the dais, we have Mr. Najib Mullah. He is the ex-chairman of Konkan Mercantile Cooperative Bank Limited, Mumbai. He is the General Secretary of the Nationalist Congress Party. He is serving the society and community as a corporator in TMC since 2002. He is group leader of NCP corporators at TMC, completed his schooling from St. John the Baptist High School, Thane, and graduation from NG Bedekar College of Commerce, Thane. Mr. Najib Mullah is associated with many educational institutions in Maharashtra. He is a staunch supporter of MESCO Education Society. I would personally like to felicitate him. Then we have Mr. Aziz Mullah. He is law graduate from University of Mumbai. He is industrialist by profession, managing trustee of Rogi Charities, one of the oldest trusts in Mumbai since 1850. He is also associated with the following organizations. He is the president of the Konkan International, Joint General Secretary, Maharashtra College, ex-trustee, Juma Masjid of Bombay Trust, ex-general secretary, Indo-Arab Society, former editor, The Middle East Mirror, columnist in Kalab Daily, Brotherhood Trust, then Anjuman Khairul Islam Higher Education Society. He is also the trustee of many other trusts in Maharashtra. He completed his graduation from KC College, Mumbai, and LLB from Government Law College in 1962. He started practicing at Mumbai High Court from 65 to 75. He is sincere social worker of repute, involved in cultural, educational, and social activities for the benefit of the downtrodden. In spite of his age, which is a barrier, but his enthusiasm is so high that he is here with us, amongst us. And yes, he is a 90 plus young man with us, our soldier on the stage. To felicitate him, I would request our General Secretary of MESCO, Mr. Salman Kardame, to please come forward. Then we also have with us a renowned personality from Mumbai, Dr. Zahir Qazi. He is the president of Anjuman-e-Islam, a century-old largest educational and social welfare organization. As the president, he chairs the Council of Anjuman-Islam Board. Dr. Qazi has enjoyed a long and varied career in medical, academic, and social activities. Qualification-wise, Dr. Qazi has an MD, DMRD, MBBS from University of Mumbai, FMRI from USA, then MAIUM from USA degrees attributed to his achievement. He is heading a very renowned institution which we all know, and it's a great honor to have him with us. I request our founder member, Mr. Saeed Ahmad Vora, to please come up on the stage to honor and felicitate Dr. Qazi. Then we also have on stage Mr. D.A. Chogle. Chogle Saab is a very renowned social worker. Since last 30 years, he is associated with many educational organizations, government committees, and political parties. He is an ex-member of Vigilance Committee, Government of Maharashtra, and a very strong supporter and well-wisher of MESCO. To felicitate him, I call upon Mr. Idris Boira, a member of the MESCO Education Society, executive member, to kindly do the honors. We have with us Mr. Ashraf Hussain Chittalwala. He is the director with Zarhak Steels Private Limited. Mr. Chittalwala is currently associated with 5 companies and is director with GMI Zarhak Molders Private Limited, Mahat Steels Private Limited, Unison Merchandising Private Limited, Zarhak Steel Processors Private Limited. He completed his schooling from Green Lawn Schools and did his education from HR College of Commerce and Economics. He is also a very strong supporter of MESCO. To honor him, I call upon our executive committee member Saurabh Sheikh to come forward and do the honors. Then we have many more guests of honors in the audience. To start with, we have Mrs. Rizwana Ali Qureshi, wife of Mr. Ali Qureshi. I request Shama Madam, our General Secretary of MESCO Education Society, to kindly come forward and felicitate her. Then I request Mrs. Ainul Attar Madam to come forward to felicitate our senior most member, Mrs. Zaitoon Officewala Madam, who also, in spite of her all health challenges, has come all the way to grace this occasion. Then I call upon our Vice President, Najma Madam, to felicitate Mrs. Abbas Khatkate, Sameen Khatkate. Then I call upon our Executive Committee member, Ms. Musarrat Sheikh, to kindly come forward to felicitate Mrs. Azhar Ali Qureshi. Then we have amongst us Hazrat Abdul Hamid Noori Sahab. I request Mr. Mohsin Sheikh to kindly do the honors and felicitate him. Now I call upon our well-wisher and a strong supporter, Mr. Asghar Sheikh, to kindly come forward, and I request our executive member, Maqbool Hussain Sheikh, to kindly do the honors and felicitate him. Now I call upon our strong supporter, Mr. Irfan Inamdar, to kindly come forward. Mr. Maqbool Hussain, kindly do the honors. Then we have amongst us Mr. Javed Khan, representing Nadiadwala Grandsons. I call upon Mr. Javed Khan to please come forward, and I request our executive committee member, Mr. Irfan Sheikh, to kindly come forward and do the honors of felicitating him. Then we have Mr. Ayaz Ansari Sahab, who is there with us. I again request Mr. Irfan Sheikh to kindly do the honors to felicitate Mr. Ayaz Ansari, again a strong supporter and well-wisher. Now I call upon Mr. M.H. Khatkate to please come forward, brother of Muhammad Abbas Khatkate, and for his felicitation I request our General Secretary, Mr. Salman Kadame, to kindly do the honors. He is also one of the founder members of MESCO. Then I call upon Mr. Hussein Rajani to please come forward, and I request Mr. Javed Maqsood to kindly felicitate him and honor him. Then we have amongst the audience Mr. Saad Qazi. So I call him forward. Please, sir, please come forward. And I request our executive member, Mr. Nazrul Islam Qazi, to kindly come forward to felicitate and do honors to him. Mr. Saad Qazi is a strong well-wisher and supporter of MESCO, and he himself runs institutions in Kalyan by the name of Mohammadiyah and Kalsekar School. Then we have Mr. Siddiq Bhai, who is also with us. Again, a very, very strong supporter and well-wisher of MESCO and running several institutions in Mumbai. I request Salman Bhai to kindly do the honors and felicitate him. Then we have with us Mr. Majid Burunkar, our contractor, because of whom this institution was possible. Please come forward, and I request Mr. Ali Dalvi, our senior member in the staff, to also do the honors to felicitate him. Then we have Mr. Hanware with us. I call upon Mr. Javed sir to kindly come forward and do the honors of felicitating Mr. Hanware. We have amongst us Mr. Iqbal Virani. Yes, please come forward, and I request Mr. Mohsen to kindly felicitate him and do the honors. He has also been a very strong well-wisher of MESCO, especially for all the plot assistance, whatever we required, they're always there with us. Then we have a project management consultant, Mr. Wahid Sheikh, who also has given so much time and efforts were spent over here for the bringing up of this institution. I request Mr. Mustaq Sheikh to kindly do the honors and felicitate him. Last but not the least, we cannot forget our Mohsen Sheikh. Because of his such sincere, dedicated, relentless effort, that we are all here today on this occasion. I request our founder member, Dr. Abbas Khatkate, to kindly do the honors and felicitate him. Thank you one and all for being here. Now I give it over to Madam to continue further.
Thank you so much, Farhan sir. Our well-wishers Dr. Abdul Rahman Nakadar sir and Dr. Aslam Abdullah sir could not attend today's function due to their ill health. However, they have sent their good wishes and blessings through message. So I would now once again request Professor Farhan Maghba sir to kindly read the message and share the words what they have wholeheartedly sent for us. Over to you, sir.
Dr. Abdul Rahman Nakadar, a leading cardiologist in USA, belongs to Kadi, a taluka in Mehsana district of Gujarat. After having his early education in city schools, he went for higher education in different parts of India, England, and US. He established his own cardiovascular practice in the industrial state of Michigan in the Midwest. Dr. Nakadar is the founding trustee of American Federation of Muslims of Indian origin. Dr. Nakadar is a social activist with deep concern for deprived section of society. Established Dr. Nakadar Institute of Knowledge at Ahmedabad Mehsana Highway. The message: Dear Dr. Muhammad Abbas Khatkate, greetings and peace. Thank you so much for your kind invitation on the inauguration of Radiant English High School and Junior College at Kausa, Mumbra, India. My apologies for not being available on this great and momentous educational event. My hats off to you and your team who have worked relentlessly for the upteen years for the uplift of the downtrodden children. You and your team have done a remarkable job in promoting and helping these beleaguered children to achieve a respectable status in the society through their educational strength. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept all your services and the services of MESCO team for such great humanity services. Dr. A.S. Nakadar, founding trustee, AFME, and founder of Dr. Nakadar Institute of Knowledge. Then we have one more message from Dr. Aslam Abdullah, who holds triple masters in Arabic, Islamic studies, sociology, and communications. Dr. Abdullah received a doctorate in communications from the University of London, England in 1987. Dr. Aslam Abdullah is the editor-in-chief of Muslim Media Network Inc. that publishes the Muslim Observer. He has taught at several universities and colleges in the US, UK, and India. He served as an imam in Las Vegas and Southern California. He has served as director of Islamic Society of Nevada and the Masjid Ibrahim, Las Vegas. His message: Assalamu alaikum. I am honored to be part of this ceremony. Who would have thought a few decades ago that an organization that began serving the needy by raising funds through selling old newspapers would one day establish an educational institution of this magnitude and class in India's financial hub? The dedication and commitment of a few inspired many, and the dream of spreading education has come true. MESCO is now a moment that offers hope for a bright and radiant future to people in different parts of country. The moment is for a value-based education to inspire students to participate in the creation of moral community to serve people regardless of their faith and ethnicity. MESCO offers a model of excellence to the rest of India, and the day is not far when its leadership will create institutions competing with Harvard and Oxford in academic excellence. I express my gratitude to God Almighty and offer my admiration to everyone who participated in this great endeavor. Dr. Aslam Abdullah, AFME trustee and resident scholar at Islamicity.
Thank you, Dr. Nakada sir, Dr. Abdullah sir, for your words of encouragement, prayers, and good wishes. Now, I would request Mr. Najibullah sir to share his views about our school and say a few words about today's inauguration program.
The President, Khatkate sir, my leader, NCP leader, Jitendra Awad sir, the patron who has supported to build this very beautiful school, Ali Qureshi sir, our youngest member on the dais who gives us inspiration and who shows us what dedication is, Aziz Mullah sir, the President of the Anjuman Islam, Zahir Qazi sahab, Mr. Ashraf Bhai Chogle sir, Hazrini Jalse, Assalamu alaikum. We sow the seeds of the education, that's the motto of the MESCO, Khatkare sir. And really, you have stood by the motto, how the MESCO started, because I still remember कि जब आप लोगों ने Crescent School, it was, today I can say it's like a crescent moon, which gives us the happiness and inspires us to pray and give dua and the blessings. Because the day you started, it was at that time one of the most underrated area in Mumbra and Kausa Rashid compound. Very rarely people used to go and walk into that alley. और वहाँ आप लोगों ने स्कूल शुरू किया. मुझे मालूम है कि उस दौरान में बहुत से जूने अदारे थे जो खिदमत कर रहे थे एजुकेशन के. अलग अलग ट्रस्ट थे, दारुल रहमती, बहुत से ट्रस्ट थे. बट रशीद कंपाउंड की एक गली के अंदर जहाँ रास्ता भी कच्चा था और वहाँ आपने शुरू किया. बट क्रेसेंट टुडे इज़ वन ऑफ द डिफ़िकल्ट एज इन पब्लिक लाइफ. हमारे लिए तो जहाँ एडमिशन बहुत मुश्किल मिले, उसका मतलब उसका एकेडमिक्स बहुत अच्छी है. और मुझे मोहसिन, क्योंकि मोहसिन मेरा क्लासमेट है, वी ग्रेजुएटेड टुगेदर, आई वाज हिज यूआर एट दैट टाइम. तो मोहसिन जब फ़ोन करते हैं तो जब 4 बार किसी को फ़ोन करना पड़ता है तो समझ जाने का कि एडमिशन बहुत मुश्किल है. और बेसिकली क्रेसेंट एज स्टूडेंट एंड ये हल्के के लिए उन्होंने एक बताया कि क्वालिटी एजुकेशन कैन बी ऑल्सो गिवन इन मुम्ब्रा एंड कौसा विद द माइनॉरिटी विद अ वेरी लेस फीस. आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड. वी कम फ्रॉम थाने, आई गेट इलेक्टेड फ्रॉम द, जहाँ सरस्वती स्कूल है, हॉली क्रॉस है, वन ऑफ द 100 years old इंस्टीट्यूट्स है जहाँ से हम चुन के आते हैं. बट वहाँ फीस देखे जाएंगे CBSE 60,000 70,000 है और लोग पैसे लेके लाइन में खड़े, एडमिशन नहीं मिलता है. बट यहाँ कम पैसे के अंदर उससे अच्छी तालीम देना बहुत ही मुश्किल का काम है. सेकेंडली, कटकड़े साहब, इट इज़ माई ऑनर टू बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस इनॉग्रेशन बिकॉज फ्रॉम पॉलिसी टू अचीवमेंट आई एम पार्ट ऑफ दिस प्रोजेक्ट. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर माई सेल्फ एट दैट टाइम म्युनिसिपल कमिश्नर असीम गुप्ता जी एंड वन मोर पर्सन वॉज देयर हु इज नो मैन इन दिस वर्ल्ड. हम बैठे थे जब एजुकेशन के अंदर, सिटी के अंदर बेसिकली एडमिशन्स के बहुत क्रंच था, बहुत सीट्स का क्रंच था, न्यू इंस्टीट्यूट्स नहीं थे. एट दैट टाइम आई वाज वन ऑफ द मेन पायनियर पॉलिसी मेकिंग के अंदर कि हमारे पास स्कूल्स के प्लॉट्स बहुत है. दिस इज मुम्ब्राज फर्स्ट प्लॉट टू बी सरेंडर्ड टू म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन फ्रॉम द वीरानी फैमिली. आई स्टिल रिमेंबर. तो प्लॉट्स बहुत आए थे एंड वी थॉट कि वाई डोंट वी गिव इट टू द इमिनेंट इंस्टीट्यूट्स. और हमने इन हाउस और आउट हाउस के ऐसे 2 बिड्स निकाले थे, एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ इंटरेस्ट. वन वॉज फॉर द अदारे जो थाना के अंदर स्कूल चला रहे हैं और एक जो मुंबई से यहाँ आना चाहते हैं. एंड वी स्टार्टेड, और वो बिड के अंदर 2 plots व टेकन बाय द 2 minorities जैसा मुमरा के अंदर आपने लिया. और एक प्लॉट जो मैंने जिद करके अंजुमन खैरुल इस्लाम की थी, एक चाल के अंदर छोटी सी स्कूल महागिरी थाने के अंदर चलती है, सिटी के अंदर, तो उसको लग के एक प्लॉट था विच वॉज हैंडेड ओवर बाय द गुजराती ट्रस्ट टू द म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन. तो वो अंजुमन खैरुल इस्लाम को दिलाया था विद मियर अमाउंट के अंदर ही जब भी मिला था. तो आर इनिशिएटिव एट दैट टाइम वॉज दैट कि एट अ रेडी रेकनर रेट वी शुड गिव द प्लॉट, क्योंकि प्लॉट्स महंगा रहेगा तो अल्टीमेटली डोनेशंस और वो सब शुरू हो जाता है. सो वी शुड डू इट. और हमने वो सिलसिला शुरू किया था. सो फ्रॉम पॉलिसी टू अचीवमेंट, आज इस इमारत, आलीशान इमारत, शाइनिंग विद द रेडियंट थिंग, कलर्स एंड ब्यूटीफुल थिंग के उसके इनॉग्रेशन के अंदर आप मुझे मौका मिला. और सेकेंडली खुशी इस बात की है, फ़ख्र से कहना चाहता हूँ, काजी साहब 2 माइनॉरिटी अदारे ने प्लॉट लिए थे आउट ऑफ 27, मेजरली ऑन सिटीज़। और ये तीसरी स्कूल है जिसकी तामीर हो रही है। एक स्कूल सिर्फ इंग्लिश मीडियम जिसको ओसी मिली और शुरू हुई पिछले साल। अंजुमन खैरुल इस्लाम इज ऑन नियर कंप्लीशन। ये साल से उन्होंने भी फॉर गर्ल्स के लिए वो निसार दूधवाला साहब कंस्टेंट इन टच विथ मी। एवरी मंथ ही कम्स एंड मीट मी फॉर हिज स्कूल। तो अभी 2 फ्लोर बढ़ा रहे थे तो ओसी डिले हुई है, बट उनको पार्ट ओसी दिला के दिस ईयर दे ऑल्सो स्टार्टिंग कॉलेज और स्कूल फॉर द गर्ल्स। ये साल से डिवीजन शुरू कर रहे। फकरे इस बात का है कि 27 में से अवार्ड साहब दोन्ही आपले मुस्लिम आधारांनी शाळा कंप्लीट केली ऑन टाइम। ऑफिसर्स के इससे 2 साल में था जो कंडीशंस कंप्लाई करने की थी। मुझे अफसोस होता था जब मोहसिन आता था कि अरे हमको थोड़ा सा डिले कंडोन करना है, 1 साल हमारा प्रोजेक्ट डिले। मोहसिन शेख साहब इतने आधारे जिन्होंने सिर्फ पूरा पैसा भी 2014 के बाद अभी तक भरे नहीं है, सिर्फ टोकन देके प्लॉट रुका के रखे हैं। तो हमने तो प्लॉट लिया भी, पेमेंट भी 100% किया और आधारा मुकम्मल तौर से ये साल शुरू भी कर रहे हैं। बेशक उस चीज़ के लिए बहुत खुशी की बात है। मैं ज़्यादा वक्त ना लेते हुए फिर से कहूँगा कि इस तरीके के आधारे के जो डोनर्स है, बेसिकली आई रियली वांट टू थैंक टू देम कि और इंस्पायरिंग डायस है मुल्ला साहब, खटखटे साहब कि आप ये हमारे को डेडिकेशंस देते हैं, इनकरेज करते हैं कि यू डोंट नीड टू बी क्वालिफाई। कि हमने देखा है कि आप तालीमी राफ्ता है, उस दौर में आपने इतने बड़े बड़े डिग्रीज आपने लिए हैं जब कोई सोर्सेज नहीं थे। मैं आवार साहब से वही जिक्र कर रहा है कि मुझे लगता नहीं है कि मुल्ला साहब ने जब तालीम हासिल की रहेंगी तो नई बुक भी ले रहेंगी, कहीं लाइब्रेरी से पढ़े होंगे या सेकेंड हैंड बुक उन्होंने तभी लिए होंगे, बिकॉज एट दैट टाइम सोर्सेज वॉज नॉट दैट मच अवेलेबल। और आपने किया है, बट बेशक काबिल तारीफ और डेडिकेशन इतना अच्छा है कि आप पढ़े, सिर्फ आप पढ़े नहीं बट उसके बाद में इस उम्र में भी आप लोग पढ़ा रहे हैं और उसके लिए जद्दोजहद कर रहे हैं। हम जैसे लोगों को मिला के उनसे काम निकाल रहे हैं। ये जो डेडिकेशन है, जिस वक्त हर तालीमी राफ्ता, हर माली जिससे मजबूत अल्लाह ने उनको नवाजा है, उनमें जब ये फिक्र आती है तो बेशक ये कौम 100% लिटरेसी रेट से पीछे नहीं रहेंगे, यही उम्मीद है। मैं आप लोगों को वादा करता हूँ पब्लिक लाइफ के अंदर जो हमसे बनता है, बेशक जब आप जैसे नौजवान हम रहेंगे, काम करते रहेंगे, तो इंशाल्लाह ज़रूर हम आपका ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सब जन मिल के साथ देंगे। आप सभी लोगों को अच्छी सेहत रहे, यही दुआ करता हूँ और इजाज़त लेता हूँ। खुदा हाफिज़।
Thank you, Najib Mullah sir. I would now request Dr. Zahir Qazi sir to share his views with us.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Namaskar. It's indeed a great honor and privilege for me to be a part of inauguration of a state-of-art school here in Mumbra. Mumbra, a destination which was considered to be people who don't have accommodation in Mumbai would come back here and stay. To start 2 institutions in this area, which is exceptionally demand driven, is a commendable effort. मैंने MESCO को बहुत ज़माने से देखा है, बहुत करीब से। मुझे वो वक्त याद है, एक नौजवान डॉक्टर रजब तहसीन, who was from Syria and he was studying in KM Hospital and Medical College, and he used to come very often to Bombay Hospital where I was a part of it way back in 1980s. So he had a different English tone. You don't know about MESCO, what kind of a person you are, you should visit them. He was the one who took me to your MESCO office at Mahim, you remember him? And then he gave me the introduction of Dr. Abbas Khatkate, a very eminent professor at Sophia College, and then very eminent Dr. Azhar Qureshi, a brilliant doctor who could have flourished to a level that you cannot imagine, but he opted to be a doctor in Dharavi slums. He passed out from Armed Forces Medical College, which means at a national competition he got admission, and then he chose ultimately Dharavi, though he used to stay in Bandra. These two gentlemen at that point of time, दो हंसों का जोड़ा एक कहा जाता था उस दौर में, इन्होंने इतनी खिदमत की उस दौर में। और शुरुआत कैसे की? घर घर में जाके न्यूज़पेपर कलेक्ट करना। आज भी मेरे घर के न्यूज़पेपर आपके लोग आके कलेक्ट करते हैं। एक दौर था जो ईदैन के वक्त जो बकरे की खाल होती थी वो कलेक्ट करते थे और उससे पैसा जमा करके इन्होंने काम शुरू किया। और इनका काम इतना मेयरी काम, ट्रांसपेरेंट, एंड एनी अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वुड लव टू लर्न फ्रॉम देम। जब ये मेरे ऑफिस में आए गुज़िश्ता एक हफ्ते पहले, कुरैशी साहब भी आए और अब्बास भाई भी आए और आपके सेक्रेटरी साहब, तो मैंने उनसे कहा कि आप मुझे बुला रहे हो लेकिन एक शर्त पे मैं आऊँगा, क्योंकि अंजुमन को भी आपसे सीखना होगा। यू गिव एन एक्सेस टू योर मॉडल ऑफ गवर्नेंस। उनका जो तरीका है, ज़कात का पैसा और दूसरा जो पैसा आता है किस तरह पहुंचाया जाए, और द डोनर गेट्स इंटीमेशन विद इन मिनट्स कि दिस इज द स्टेक होल्डर दैट यू आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ। इस तरह का गवर्नेंस मॉडल इवन वी डोंट हैव इट एन अंजुमन, आई एक्सेप्ट इट, एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन विच इज अबाउट 150 years इन सर्विस, वी हैड टू लर्न फ्रॉम देम। और बहुत सोचने वाली बात है, इनके जो डोनर्स हैं उस दौर से लेके आज तक वो कंटिन्यूअस इनको सपोर्ट करते रहे विथ कंसिस्टेंसी एंड परसिस्टेंसी, एंड दैट is a benchmark of an organization which has a wonderful governance model. पैसे देने वाले को लगता है कि मेरा पैसा सही इस्तेमाल हुआ है। एक मिसाली शख्सियत हमारे दरमियान मौजूद है, डॉक्टर कुरैशी साहब। मैं जब यूएस गया था तो इनको बहुत ढूंढ रहा था, इनसे मेरी मुलाकात हो नहीं सकी। ये कंसिस्टेंटली इस इदारे के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं, और जब अमेरिका में साल भर में आते तो इनका वेकेशन मेस्को होता है। That goes to show beyond doubt कि how committed the people who are part of the governance. अब मुझे हमेशा एक मौका मिलता है, कहीं भी मैं जाता हूँ तो अंजुमन का जिक्र करता हूँ, क्योंकि मेरा अखलाकी फर्ज बनता है कि आई मस्ट से अबाउट समथिंग अंजुमन। आपके अब्बास खटखटे साहब हमारे गवर्निंग बॉडी के मेंबर हैं अंजुमन इस्लाम के। आपकी वाइस प्रेसिडेंट साहिबा नजमा काजी बैठी हैं, जो प्रेसिडेंट या अवार्डी है, वो भी हमारी अंजुमन की मेंबर है, प्रिंसिपल रह चुकी। आपकी सेक्रेटरी शमा तारापुर वाला, वो हमारे गर्ल्स स्कूल की प्रिंसिपल है। तो अंजुमन कहीं ना कहीं आपके अंदर आ चुका है, सिर्फ मुझे आना बाकी है। तो इस इदारे ने जो तरक्की की, आज आप देखिए, जब मैंने एंट्री की तो मुझे लगा ही नहीं कि हमारा स्कूल है। उसका एम्बियंस देखिए, एवरीथिंग दैट वाज डन वाज क्राफ्टी। व्हाट इज द मैसेज? द बेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूशंस आर द वंस which has got the best container and the best content. ये दोनों कॉम्बिनेशन आपने लेके आए। You have given the best of facilities and the best of teachers who perform here. अभी नजीब साहब ने एक बात कही कि एडमिशन मिलना इतना मुश्किल है, जो अंजुमन में भी हो रहा है। सो यू हैव बिकम अ डिमांड ड्रिवन इंस्टीट्यूशन। एंड डिमांड ड्रिवन इंस्टीट्यूशन कब होता है? जब आपके इंस्टीट्यूशन मेयारी है, दे आर इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑफ एक्सीलेंस। और इस मौके पे मैं थोड़ा जिक्र खैर अंजुमन का भी न करूं तो गलत होगा, 2 मिनट उसकी भी बात कर लूं। जब एक्सेलेंस की बात होती है तो हमसे कई लोगों ने पूछा कि आप यूनिवर्सिटी क्यों नहीं बना रहे। आई वॉज आस्क्ड इन मुम्बरा एंड अदर प्लेसेस वेरेवर आई गो। हमारा फंडा ये है कि एग्जिस्टिंग इंस्टीट्यूशंस में ब्रिंग इन एक्सेलेंस विच इज इन collaboration with the world universities. You just can't be a end product which is good for India, but it has to be beyond India. And आज के माहौल में जितेंद्र अवार्ड साहब इसको जानते हैं किस तरह माहौल है आज। और जितेंद्र अवार्ड साहब की मैं तारीफ़ करूँगा कि एक रोल मॉडल सेक्युलर शख्सियात हैं। मुझे आज आने में देर इसलिए हुआ कि शरद पवार साहब के साथ 1 घंटा मीटिंग थी, उनके रिहाइश गाह में मीटिंग थी, तो मैं इसलिए लेट आया, इसलिए मैं माफ़ी चाहूँगा। आई एम यूजुअली नॉट ए लेट कमर, कुछ मजबूरी थी। तो आज के माहौल की जब जिक्र हो रहा है तो जितेंद्र अवार्ड साहब का जिक्र होना ज़रूरी है। हमने उनको बहुत करीब से देखा है, जब भी वक्त आया है ये खड़े हो जाते हैं, और ऐसे लोगों को भी सराहना चाहिए। मैं हर ये मुसीबत के वक्त में सबसे आगे रहते हैं, ज़रा भी झिझक नहीं होती। तो इस तरह के लोग होने से भी हमको इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है कि हम नए नए प्रोजेक्ट शुरू करें। अंजुमन इस्लामिक मेडिकल कॉलेज शुरू करने जा रहा है, तो हम जगह ढूंढ रहे हैं। आपकी नज़र में कोई जगह हो तो आप बताइए। हम मुम्बरा के आसपास, कल्याण बेल्ट के आसपास से भिवंडी में ये तय हो चुका है। अगर 2 महीने में यहाँ जगह नहीं मिलती तो हम पंचगनी चले जाएंगे, जहाँ हमारा रेजिडेंशियल मेडिकल कॉलेज बन सकता है। तो मैं बात कर रहा था मेयार की। इदारे तो लोग बहुत शुरू करते हैं, उसमें क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन होना बहुत ज़रूरी है। There should not be any compromise in the quality of teachers that you take up. Please don't listen to any references that come, political or otherwise, कि इनको टीचर की जगह दो जो हमने बंद करके रखा है। We make it a point that the quality of teachers are appointed. Westminster University from London approached Anjuman Islam without we asking them. वो बम्बई शहर में आए थे। वो शाहानी मैडम जो शरीफ थी, उनकी एक बड़ी स्किल यूनिवर्सिटी बनाई है उन्होंने, नाम याद नहीं आ रहा उनका, पहला नाम क्या है, इंदु शाहानी। उनके बोलने पे आए थे, तो उनको पता चला कि आउट ऑफ द वे जाके अंजुमन का 1 दिन का दौरा करने के बाद उन्होंने MOU साइन किया विद अस विदाउट एनी फाइनेंशियल इम्प्लीकेशंस। एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच टेम्पल यूनिवर्सिटी इन फिलाडेल्फिया, विच हैज़ गॉट द बेस्ट लॉ स्कूल, उसका डीन अंजुमन में आए ना, हमने बुलाया, planning to have a collaboration. So as a result of which what happens, the end products of from here, they will have an access to US and other countries. हमारे alumni दुनिया भर में है, करीब 1000 इंजीनियर्स अंजुमन के अमेरिका में है, और एक इंजीनियर ऐसा है, उसका भी नाम by coincidence is Mr. मोदी। He is a chief engineer with NASA. So that goes to speak what quality of education is imparted. And अंजुमन ने एक ब्रांच न्यूयॉर्क में खोला है, ओवरसीज फ्रेंड्स ऑफ अंजुमन। अभी आने वाले 3 महीने में एक ब्रांच यूके में भी खुलेगा। तो इससे क्या होगा, जितने हमारे कॉलेजेस हैं फॉर हायर एजुकेशन, वी हैव केटरिंग कॉलेज, 2 इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज, 4 पॉलिटेक्निक्स, आर्किटेक्चर, फार्मेसी, होम साइंस एंड सो ऑन सो फोर्थ, यूनानी मेडिकल कॉलेज, इनका क्लबिंग विद द इंटरनेशनल लेवल विल गिव अ बूस्ट टू ऑल ऑफ यू। ये हमने क्यों सोचा? गुज़िश्ता 4 साल में हमने देखा हमारे जो पास आउट इंजीनियर्स, आर्किटेक्ट्स, इनको जो सर्विसेज मिलते थे कॉरपोरेट्स में, आज कम हो गए। ये RSS का जो कीड़ा है वहाँ जाके घुस गया है। देन यू हैव टू बी वन अप, यू जस्ट कांट से दैट नहीं ये सब हो रहा है, तो यू हैव टू गो बियॉन्ड। योर स्टूडेंट्स विल बी ग्लोबल सिटीजन्स। मैं मेरी तकरीर यहीं ख़त्म कर दूँगा। मुझे आपने बड़े खामोशी के साथ बर्दाश्त किया, इसलिए मैं शुक्रगुजार हूँ आपका। The good saying is, the more you speak, the less you remember. The more you speak, the less you remember. The less I spoke, you will remember everything. Thank you. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you so much, Zahir sir. I would now request Mr. Ali Qureshi sir to share his views with all of us.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Students, teachers, well-wishers, and all those who are involved with MESCO under any banner, I thank each and every one for your kind support and understanding is what type of education we are here to give it to you and honor it. We want all our students to know their duties as per our religion says. There is no boundaries. There's no ethnicity. There's no caste. We are all human, right from Adam and Eve. So whoever it is, if we believe that our forefathers were Adam and Eve, all the whole universe is related to us. And when we say that everyone is related to us, we should not have any differences between ourselves and our own neighbors. It has been my esteemed desire to teach each and every student to be a pure Muslim, where he does not hate anyone, no hatred, no caste system. He has to be a student of the universe. He has to teach everyone the good things which belongs to us, and we should adopt all the good things which are there in the world which we do not know today. We are only here to spread our brotherhood, and only brotherhood can bring esteem and courageous decisions in the world. The more we understand each other, the less differences. The institutions which we have been trying to give you is not just to educate you like any other school. We want you to be the perfect human being that will be acknowledged anywhere and everywhere in the world. I really thank MESCO for giving me a chance to cater to my decisions and my understandings of humanity. They have been a very good help to me. Not with them, I would not be successful. I really thank again each and everyone. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you so much, Ali Qureshi sir. I would now take an opportunity to invite Mr. Ashraf Chittalwala to share his views with us. Over to you, sir.
I was not told that I'll be on the dais. I'm really not dais material. Here all the people are very, very distinguished. Anyway, what I'd like to say is, after meeting Abbas Bhai, we have been working with number of institutions, and I found that this is the best institution that we have worked with. And it's been a great pleasure. And I do hope that all my friends and people also make their contributions here. I'm today also very pleased that my brothers and who I've never known much about MESCO are here also. And what I find is most important is to have discipline and dedication. And those are the qualities. And MESCO has really created a place in our heart for everyone. And that's the most important thing for doing something good. One more thing I would like to say is, like, with intelligence, people are able to preach. But with wisdom, people are able to teach. And so for all these teachers who are teaching here, I think it's great. I also want to make reference to the German Chancellor. When she was asked that, who should be paid the highest salary, some people said that the judges should be paid the highest salary. To that, she immediately said that no, it's the teachers should be paid the best salaries. It's because even the judges have become judges because they were taught by teachers. So I do hope that the teachers get their fair share. And more than anything, one more emphasis I want to say is that money is the least important thing in life. Is the values which are important. And the kind of teachers who are teaching here have the values, and that is why they are here. And that is why this school is prospering. So hats off to all the teachers and all the people who work for MESCO. I wish them all the best. And thank you so much for patiently hearing.
Thank you so much, Ashraf sir. Now I would request Mr. D.A. Chogle sir to share his view with us.
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलामु अलैकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। मैं अकेला ही जा रहा था जाने में मंजिल, मगर लोग साथ आते गए, कारवां बनता गया। मेस्को एजुकेशन सोसाइटी की तरफ से आज मुम्ब्रा के अंदर इतनी 5 स्टार टाइप स्कूल बनी कि मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है कि मुम्ब्रा को लोग इस जानना चालू करेंगे। मेरे जेरे सरपरस्त अब्बास खटकाटे साहब, अली कुरैशी साहब, होरा साहब, जिन्होंने इस मेस्को एजुकेशन सोसाइटी के खिदमत करने का मुझे थोड़ा सा मौका, और इंशाल्लाह मेरे जान में जान जब तक है, जब तक मैं मेस्को के साथ खड़ा रहूँगा। फिर एक बार मुबारकबाद देना चाहूँगा मेस्को स्कूल के लिए। थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Our guest of honor, Dr. Jitendra Abhat sir, was in Delhi yesterday. He took early flight and joined us for today's program. In spite of his busy schedule, he have joined us here. We are really honored here, sir. I would request you to please come and share your views on today's program.
First of all, I declare this school open for all the people in Mumbra. Mr. Khatkate, my brother Najimullah, Mr. Chaugule, Mr. Jahir Kazi, Mr. Shitalwala. It's very difficult to remember names. And the last and not the least is Dr. Ali Qureshi. Before 1947, we had a lot of philanthropists. So second generation was 50% philanthropist. And the generation now, they don't care. You hear Birlas, you hear Tatas. Birlas used to give ample amount of money to Congress for their political. But now it is hardly seen that people donate for schools, donate for colleges, or donate for various purposes which is the need of the society. And here is what Ali Qureshi comes out with a difference. He stays in America, but is bothered about education in India. I am very thankful to him to have helped this school, because this is going to be a diamond in the area. The way it has been constructed by my friend Majid Buronkar, and its exterior appearance has decorated the area. We built this road, the massive road. There were 110 obstacles. Many a times this road was stopped. But I am now happy that this road is fully done and will be connected to Nadul Fala. And there will be as far as infrastructure goes, I think Mumbra has improved 100%. I can boast that there is no city compared to Mumbra, even in Thana. Marathi newspaper always comment during the rainy seasons की ठाणे खड्ड्यात आहे पण मुंब्रा कळव्यामध्ये एकही खड्डा नाही. That is what we achieved. The infrastructure improves the mentality of the society. I was just looking at the pass outs, and we have written doctors, engineers, and I'm happy that people are passing their IS exams, and that too in the first 50. The number of students passing out MBBS has increased. The number of people passing out engineering have increased. The number of graduates have increased क्योंकि माहौल बदल रहा है. Mumbra, that was before 2009, and Mumbra in 2023 is a complete different material. Complete different material. We achieved this with the support of the common man. The common man always supported what we did. There were some gangsters, typical gangsters, who always tried to bring some obstacle, but the common man supported our moral, and we passed through all the obstacles to get a beautiful Mumbra done. This school, I think, is something very beautiful. I was just coming in the car because my habit is that after every alternate day I visit this route. Because my habit is that I go to Kabristan every week to see what is needed. And I am proud that the Kabristan came at a time just before Corona. And when all Kabristans were closed, this was the only Kabristan which was open for 24 hours for the needy. If we had no Kabristan in Mumbra, this leaving aside this Kabristan, where would have the bodies gone? Has anybody thought about it? People opposed it. But I am very happy to tell you that there was one commissioner named as Mr. Jaiswal who open-heartedly supported it, gave ample amount of money and said कि मेरे हाथ से कोई अच्छा काम हो रहा है तो मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है. And the Kabristan was done. Tell me one road in Thana which has this kind of ambience. Tell me one road. The old roads, that's old Thana. But the municipal corporation never paid attention to what was happening in Mumbra and Kalwa. Now also my complaint remains with the commissioner. नाला सफाई नहीं हुई है, सिर्फ बिल निकाले जा रहे हैं. ममरा को 10 करोड़ रुपया फंड आया, हमारे मुख्यमंत्री एकनाथ शिंदे ने रुका दिया. He might be a political opponent of Jitendra Award, but he had no right to stop the fund which had come for Mumbra for its improvement. That shows their mentality. Whatever is happening into Mr. Zahir Ghazi said, things are not good in Maharashtra. For the first time we are seeing something which was never seen in Maharashtra. The chief minister goes to Haji Maling Dargah and at an odd time and puts a chadar over there. It was not necessary. It was not the day we did it. For years we do it on a particular day. But the great Chief Minister of Maharashtra went on an odd day and suddenly put a chadar. Then Raja Singh comes and says all dirt about Muslims. And his son is right opposite Raja Singh, clapping. You go to the parliament, you take a oath. You become the chief minister, you take a oath. And that oath is about constitution. And the constitution doesn't permit you to do all this. If our rulers are going to do all this, what is the common man going to get? You might be thinking he has come for the opening of a school and what is he talking? I am inserting in your mind that what the community needs, what your students need to be told. India needs secular students who understand all religions. This is after 1990 that this development has taken place. I was in St. John's. We had friends who used to stay in Rabodi, who used to stay in Uttalsar. I had a friend, Ravish Narwal, who is now settled in America. I had a friend who had a Awaj radio. क्या है उसका नाम? We three used to share the dais, and one was Kenneth Starr. And we used to go to Pokhran to eat food. हम डब्बा लेके जाते थे 3 जन. डब्बे में किसके क्या है हमको कुछ नहीं पता होता, लेकिन दोस्ती नाते में हम सब खा लेते. Situation was so nice then. Look at the situation now. And if this goes on, the very desire of Jawaharlal Nehru, the very desire of Mahatma Gandhi, the very desire of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar will come to a fall. And an important role for that will have to play by the teachers. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Dev Ishvara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Se Gurave Namah. Guru is everything. Guru teaches you the way. And so the students who will be in front of you you will have to teach them morals. You will have to teach them the culture of this India, of this country. ये गंगा जमुना तहजीब है. We have always respected brotherhood. That's in our constitution. पर यही अगर मामला बिगड़ते गया तो दीवारें खड़ी होती जाएंगी, और जो सालों सालों तक ये देश रहा है वो वैसा ही बिगड़ते हुए चला जाए. हमारे टीचर्स अगर उसके ऊपर ध्यान नहीं देंगे. I don't want your students to come and learn Islam over here. Islam can be taught in घर में भी सिखा सकते हैं. यहां पे आके आप सिर्फ ह्यूमैनिटी सीखिए. दैट इज नीड ऑफ द आवर. योर रिलीजन घर है ना अपना, पर जब आप स्कूल में आते और बच्चों को सिखाते हैं तो वो एक समान सरीका होना चाहिए. और मैं बहुत अदब से कह सकता हूं कि मैं 14 साल से वाले हूं, लेकिन 14 साल में एक भी वक्त ऐसा नहीं आया कि यहां का माहौल खराब हुआ है. लोगों ने लाखों प्रयास किए, लेकिन मैं यहां के कौम का शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं कि उन्होंने किसी को भी नहीं माना. पिछले हफ्ते में गाजियाबाद से किसी ने कहा कि 400 लोगों ने धर्मांतरण कर दिया है। Nobody spoke about it. Nobody was ready to defy it. What is the scare? मैं पूछना चाहता हूं कि हम लोग क्यों इतना डर रहे हैं? The moment it came in, I tossed it. I said 400 दिखा दो, मैं इस्तीफा देने के लिए तैयार हूं. And every now and then I used to speak on that. Batao. I am sure that it was done with a political interest. It was not done that easily. Why only Mumbra? They could have said Kalyan, they could have said Bhendi Bazar, they could have said Malegaon, they could have said Pusad. Why Mumbra? Because now Mumbra becomes the epicenter of political activities of Muslims. They somehow want to disturb Mumbra. They never thought that in Mumbra, which was radicalized, has become such a beautiful city. When infrastructure changes, when there are various services provided, the mindset also changes. And they have not been liking it. Look at these buildings here. Look at this. Look at the hospital in front of you. Look at the stadium in front of you. Look at the Kabristan next to you. It was never expected. In another 2 months, we will be having a college premises of 15 acres. We will be having a garden. We will be having a Hajj house. We will be having a slaughterhouse. And now with philanthropists here, we are building a multi-purpose hall for which we have got 3 crore rupees. But if you want to bring something big, the donors over here can donate some amount, must contribute, so that we can get a big hall for the common man for his shadi, khatna, whatever it is, for his religious needs or his personal needs. Because all the big halls charge 50,000, 1 lakh rupees. Here it is an open place just near to this place on the main road. Just give your helping hand. We are starting the construction will start next week or in the next 15 days. So things are improving educationally, and with you coming in, I think it will be a fierce race now. But I am unhappy with Mr. Jahir Qazi. He never took interest in coming to Mumbra.
Because MESCO has come, I don't want to do.
No. The population is increasing.
I am coming for a medical college. Now,
Sir, the basic need is primary. The second need is secondary. The third need is graduation. फिर आएंगे ना बच्चे आपकी तरफ.
आप बोलिए क्या
ऐसा ही यहाँ से उठा के मेडिकल में डाल दूं, वो तो होने वाला नहीं है.
आपको क्या चाहिए बताइए.
मुझे यहाँ पे एक प्राइमरी स्कूल चाहिए, मुझे यहाँ पे एक सेकेंडरी स्कूल चाहिए. मेस्को के जैसे ही आप अगर इधर आते हैं तो लोगों को बढ़िया एजुकेशन मिलेगा.
आप जगह दीजिए.
आप जगह, आप में इतनी ताकत है कि आप जगह खरीद सकते. सर, हमको आपके बैंक अकाउंट के में कितना पैसा पड़ा है तो हम लोग जानते ना भाई. सर, ऐसा मत करिए. हम हमारे लिए नहीं कहते हैं, हमारे बच्चे यहाँ नहीं पढ़ने वाले हैं.
जितेंद्र साहब, अगर आप लैंड देंगे तो यहाँ की कौम तो जरूर स्कूल बनाएगी. But the land should come from the government. Both hand has to support.
So basically there were lots of reservations in Mumbra. The politicians who were there before me have captured the lands and built illegal buildings. And that is the main difficulty in giving lands to the... This was a good land which was saved, and luckily MESCO took it over.
But that also was not free.
Well, you see, nothing comes free.
And this is also for 30
Are you? No, that 30 years goes for 2000 years.
I hope so.
Huh? That is a perpetual lease. So what?
दे दो मुम्बरा के अंदर then we promise you within 5 years we can build
The government can help in providing the infrastructure.
What infrastructure?
No, means if the land is given by the government, even against money, then getting all the work done.
See, against money is easy. There are various schemes of the government. 5 acres land, 10 acres land, and the government gives you university if you have 10 acres land. University. Not many are aware of that. But there are various educational schemes. And I am hopeful from people like you who are sitting in the dais.
आप बैठ जाते हैं इस पे तय हुआ आज आप तारीख दीजिए
बस अच्छा हो गया. This is what is expected from Zahir Qazi. I touched the right man. गुस्सा आ गया उनको. और बीच में मैं पवार साहब को भी बिठा देता हूं ताकि वो कुछ कहीं हिल नहीं सकते हैं.
आज सुबह में 1 घंटा उनके साथ ही बैठे थे घर में.
He is very concerned about the communal atmosphere in Maharashtra. And he was very happy when I took the stand of that 400 children. And I said that you show me one and I'll resign.
You must give a big hand of
Because the way things are going on, the way this government is behaving is something very shocking. No government in the last 70 years has behaved in this way. जो कुछ हो रहा है वो हमारे सोच के बाहर है. मैं एक ही उदाहरण देता हूं. दंगा हुआ नासिक के नजदीक त्र्यंबकेश्वर में. मैंने सोचा यार त्र्यंबकेश्वर में दंगा कैसे हो सकता है. मैंने दोस्तों को फोन लगाया तो उन्होंने मुझे हकीकत बताई. मैं बोला अपन खत्म कर डालेंगे इसको. मैंने उनको मेरी तरफ बुलाया. मैंने समझ के लिया क्या हुआ. तो वहां पे हमेशा एक की एक आदत है कि डॉक्टर अंबेडकर का पुतला है, वहां से जुलूस निकलता है. जैसे ही वो मंदिर की तरफ आता है तो मंदिर पे लोग रुकते हैं, एक चद्दर पहली पायदान पे रख देते हैं मंदिर के और धूप जला करके उसको. दैट इज अ ओल्ड रिचुअल of giving chaddar over there. Suddenly this year people said अरे वो अंदर गए थे कब्जा लेने के लिए. खत्म. माहौल खराब हो गया. And nobody from Trambakeshwar spoke about it. All bastards came from outside. The locals openly said कि ही प्रथा 100 वर्षापासून चालू आहे. Last 100 years we have seen these rituals. And what are you doing? So the boys came to me, they took a press conference, they told the fact. But my concern was not that. My concern was that Trambakeshwar has no other business than the rituals which are performed there. वो नारायण नागबड़ी करके हिंदुओं में रिचुअल रहता है, वो 365 दिन चलता है, वो त्र्यंबकेश्वर में ही किया जाता है और दररोज 40,000 लोग आते हैं। तो इकोनॉमी किसके ऊपर है? फूल जो भी भगवान के लिए सामान बेच जाता था वो, और हिंदू मुसलमान दोनों बेचते हैं। तो वहां के हिंदू और मुसलमान दोनों आए मेरे पास, कहा कि साहब अगर ये रहा ना तो 15 दिन में भीख मांगने की नौबत आ जाएगी, तो दूसरा कोई सपोर्ट ही नहीं है हमको। एंड देन दे टुक अ स्टैंड दैट नो आउटसाइडर विल बी अलाउड टू कम टू Trambakeshwar and speak here. We stand united. Whatever happens here, we are strong to face it, and no outsider will come in. Now it is cool and silent. People are doing their own job. The same happened in Kolhapur. The same happened in Aurangabad. A typical section of boys come in, do something wrong, but they are not locals. This is a state-sponsored activity to disturb the peaceful harmony which exists in Maharashtra. Because the present government has lost all hopes of winning Vidhan Sabha elections. So the only alternative which they have in hand is religion. So here comes the role of the school teachers, that you have to teach your students in such a way that from a convent school, Jitendra Award comes out and talks of secularism right from standard 10th. My principal was beaten by boys of Bajrang Dal, and I came and openly said, and I still say, मैं जो कहता हूं मैं कभी डरता नहीं हूं, पीछे नहीं जाता हूं, कि why does conversion happen? आप अगर इंसान को इंसान नहीं समझोगे तो आपके साथ क्यों रहेगा? वही कन्वर्जन के पीछे का राज है। अब नहीं होते कन्वर्जन्स, पर कन्वर्जन के नाम के ऊपर जो कुछ दंगे भड़काए जाते हैं वो बहुत शर्मनाक है। और इसे खास करके मुंब्रा के लोगों को एक भूमिका लेनी होगी कि जब भी कभी ऐसे बयान आते हैं पूरा शहर बाहर आके बोलना मांगता है कि ये नहीं, ये गलत है। मुंब्रा से एक आदमी ने अपनी जबान नहीं खोली। जो लोग राजनीति में दिन रात मुझे गालियां देते रहते हैं वो 6 दिन के लिए तो मुंब्रा में दिखे ही नहीं। क्या डर था कि उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस उठा के लेके जाएगी, और मैं गाजियाबाद के पुलिस के सामने बैठ के बहस कर रहा था कि आप माहौल बिगाड़ने आए हो। और यह सियासती चाल थी मुंब्रा का माहौल बिगाड़ने के लिए और जितेंद्र आव्हाड को बदनाम करने के लिए। नहीं हुआ, क्योंकि आपकी दुआएं इस शहर के पीछे है। यह शहर में अब के बाद दंगा नहीं होगा। ये शहर अब के बाद आगे बढ़ता जाएगा। ये शहर में पिछले 4 साल में जितने इंजीनियर हुए हैं, जितने डॉक्टर हुए हैं, जितने ग्रेजुएट हुए हैं, मुझे फख्र है कि बदलता हुआ मुंब्रा का चेहरा है। और हम इस चेहरे को और बदलेंगे और एक सुंदर शहर बनाएंगे जिसका मुकाबला भारत का कोई शहर नहीं कर सकेगा। इसी बात पे मैं अपनी बात खत्म करता हूं। खुदा हाफिज़।
Now we have come to an end of this inauguration program, so I request Najma Qazi Madam, Vice President of MESCO Education Society, to present the vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. I understand the time, so I'll try to be as brief as possible. A very warm and heartfelt afternoon to all of you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of MESCO Education Society and MESCO, I am pleased and honored to propose the vote of thanks to this momentous audience for our community. First and foremost, we thank the Almighty, the Creator, the Sustainer. But for Him, this endeavor and achievement would not have been possible. Our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guests for gracing us with their presence. Your inspiring words have provided invaluable insight and motivation to this captive audience. A special mention with our deepest thanks and gratitude to the great philanthropists of our community, Mr. Ali Qureshi, Dr. Abdul Qadir Fazlani, Mr. Irfan Allana, Mr. Aziz Mullah of Roge Charities, Mr. Suhail Chorge, Mr. Harun Adam, Mr. Ashraf Chittalwala, and Mr. Sajid Nadiadwala for their unparalleled generosity and profound commitment to this divine cause. The impact of their exceptional contribution goes far beyond the bricks and mortar of this new building. It has created an enduring legacy of hope, opportunity, and empowerment for the countless students who will walk through its doors in the days and generations to come. We are extremely grateful to have the continuous support of Dr. Jitendra Ahwar Sahab, Mr. Najimullah Sahab, and Mr. D.A. Chowgle Sahab. We must also acknowledge and appreciate the untiring effort and commitment of our staff, particularly our executive officer, Mr. Mohsin Sheikh, and his team of dedicated workers. Please give them a big hand. Thank you, Mohsin and team. We are also indebted to the heads and the staff of our Crescent and Radiant School. Further, we are also thankful to our architects, Mr. Makrant Toraskar and his team, our project management consultant, Mr. Wahid Sheikh, our contractor, Mr. Majid Borankar, other contractors, the workmen and government officers who were instrumental in the completion of this project. Today marks a significant milestone in MESCO Education Society's history, the birth of this new institution, the first step in the future of countless philanthropists, architects, MLAs, teachers, professionals, who we look forward to acknowledging in our future vote of thanks. Let us work hand in hand to create a nurturing and inspiring environment where every student can blossom and that future becomes our reality. In conclusion, I would again express our sincere gratitude to our well-wishers, guests, and every individual present here today. Thank you. Khuda Hafiz.
Thank you so much, madam. Now, I would request you all to stand in honor of our national anthem.